I'm not looking forward to this because I watched the review from the Trek Collector. Not for his review, for this. Bear with. Hi guys, Retro Trek Ralphie with another Star Trek, the official Starship Collection model review, magazine review from Eaglemoss. Now, this is the bonus issue number 25. US Enterprise, The Cage, special issue. Now, if you remember the intro, if you ever watched Trek Collector, I recommend his channel. He's absolutely brilliant. There's a lot better reviews than what I do. And there are problems with this, and I am hoping that this is a second batch, grasping at straws majorly here, that they've corrected them, but we will get to that in due course. Right, magazine. So The Cage was the pilot episode of the original series with USS Enterprise under Captain Pike. Granted, the movies have changed that since then, and so has Discovery. It kind of had a little bit of change between the original and what you saw afterwards that Kirk was the captain of. But hopefully they will have addressed this. This is more like, because I think they actually used the Mirror Universe footage. Well, for the original one, because the Mirror Universe ones have red bussard collectors with the antennas in and a massive dish. So they actually used that for that model and then changed it for the production version. However, yeah, well, let's go through the magazine and we'll get through to the model in a moment. So you can tell on here there's a massive dish on the front, absolutely huge. The bridge dome as well was absolutely huge, and then the bussards are just not, they don't move, they didn't twinkle around like the production model did. So it's more static because they didn't actually have much of the idea of lighting or whether or not to do anything else extra with it. It's a nice model, but this is Captain Pike's original series Enterprise. See, technically, for a lot of us who watched the original series, I wasn't around for the first run of it. I'm not that old, but this was the original Enterprise. I have a model of the mirror one upstairs in the computer room, and it's nice to look back at it and see the changes that they made with it. Plus the model I have, these parts keep falling off anyway, it's too small, but it's nice that they changed. But it was also, I mean, you got on the vents on the back of here, on the back of the warp engines, the warp nacelles. They actually changed eventually to having domes on, and I always wondered that when I was growing up as a child and watched the titles at the end, and it showed you little parts, little snippets from other episodes, and he showed Enterprise every other week with the vents on the back, and you could never figure out why it was there when I knew it had the domes on the back. It was either that or that with the Belloc on the back as well, the puppet. But it was always weird trying to understand where this was, but it dawns on you eventually that it's the original Enterprise. I mean, actually, that's a mirrored picture there, because you've got the NCC 1701 backwards, and that's the right way around. So, let's keep going. I mean, Sulu was, when he got to the first episode, the No Man's Gone Before, Sulu was on board. I mean, there's a lot of stuff which the early ones were filmed out of sequence, put together, and actually the star dates as well are a little bit out as well. But we're not going to go into that, that's fine. It's just Trek history, it's perfectly fine. And Nichelle Nichols wearing a gold uniform, which she always wore, the red for communications in the first episode. But that would be command, so she should have actually stayed like that as well. It's nice to know as well on here, the bridge section as well, because you've got your screen here, and this isn't straight. So you look at the model, the bridge is at the back, so this this is the front of the ship here. But it's kind of not. There's a lot about the Enterprise and the model and the set didn't really line up properly. But you can get away with it, it's fine. Really nice seeing all these pictures, these concept art from Matt Jeffries. It's going up towards the Jeffries tube, shall we say, which they had a lot more of on the Next Generation Enterprises. Captain Kirk will sit there, Scotty, Bones, Spock, first officer with Spock's computer. Yeah, showing a lot more stuff on the original Enterprise. It's nice to see these sort of pictures again. We're missing these, I think. Yeah, Engineering Enterprise, signed by Matt Jeffries. And there we go. And hopefully that is going to be in there. So let's get you out of the way a second. Lights back on. Prepare to be either amazed or disappointed, Ralph. Okay, so base 2375A/A. This is the 2254, which was the first. What? Oh, sorry, the year 2254. I thought it was 2266 was the year that the Kirk took control of the Enterprise. So obviously Pike had been in charge for 12 years then. Okay, fine. But I thought it was 6. No, yeah, it will have been. That's fine. Ignore me on this one. So it's an A/A, so it's the first run. All being well. Right. Enterprise. It's I think it's cold in here, and the metal part is the saucer. It looks very similar colour to the model in the Smithsonian, which is nice to see that, and not just a grey wash and that's it. It's kind of a greeny sort of grey sort of weirdy oddball colour, which no model maker can ever get the right colour for this, because there's no scene which shows it at the right colour. It's impossible to get hold of without mixing one yourself. It's such an awkward, very awkward colour to do. See, I've made ones before that have been grey, they've been white, they've been dark grey, light grey. It's awkward. It's like with the Enterprise D. You see it on the screen and it's grey, but the model is blue, the duck egg blue. And you don't do that. You don't see that at all, and it's impossible to picture. So you have to use a lot of artistic license and guesswork, to be honest, on a lot of things. But this is really greeny grey sort of oddball. Now, first problem is right in front of you. This bridge is not tall enough. It would be a lot bigger than that if this was a proper one. Plus, they didn't have the lights on. It was a dark model. All the lights were out. Is that kind of a... Yeah, on the O, got a little bit of a dub missing there. Is that anything there? Nope. Nope. I mean, it looks nice enough. This is not Enterprise. Yeah. We've had one model in the past, B. So it's a nice enough... Wow, that's a bad join, but you can't really tell unless we're looking at this with the camera. It is rather small, this. It could have done with being a lot bigger, I think, and took more detail. Those vents are actually really well lined. I thought they would be to the edge, but they're really quite well painted on. And the navigational light there. The shuttle bay looks a little bit odd for some reason. Nice straight nacelles. Kind of, I thought the original one, the impulse engine was a lot of dots, not two parts there. Right, so we get alongside here. Let me zoom in a little bit because I'm not really showing. There we go, the nacelles. Let's go from the front. Now, yes, we have the points. No, they're not red. They're deep dark red. But it's kind of plastic and they didn't paint it. I could easily get around to painting them if I wanted to. That's not a problem. So, oh, excuse me. Get over there. There you go. Nice work on there. This looks like a piece of emery board, but it's not fully painted side to side on the... I think it's like a vent, an impulse vent. Oh, you want to be filmed, don't you? Right, okay, I'll put you in front as well to get both sides. And impatient. There's a lot of smudge in there, isn't there? So let's go around to the back and see if they're a dome or the vents. It's the vents. If I can keep one in screen, there we go. That's quite nice. Yeah. Nope, don't want to focus on those bits. Come up here, come on, here, here. Nope, doesn't want to focus on that. There we go. So, come back down here, nice detailing work. Let's get from underneath. I'm going to leave one bit for a second. There's a couple of these black markings along the sides, which would have been numbers for sections on the ship. A little bit misaligned on the... well, I'm going very much misaligned on here. There's a hair there on my finger, excuse me. Very out of line, but nothing that I can't potentially redo. Massively outlined on the neck. And to this section here, it looks like it's raised, like the metal part and the plastic. If you look carefully on here, these parts here is the metal, it's all one full metal section, except this part here, which is... actually, is it? I need to tap, excuse me. I can't tell if it's plastic or metal, but it's really raised. I can get my nail in there to possibly pull that out, but I'm not going to do anything with this anyway. Now, can you see the next section I am really not happy with? There it is. Yes, it's a bigger dish. Possibly may have could have done with it being a bit bigger, but it's not orange. Why have they painted it orange? This would have been a better colour on the nacelles, to be honest, instead of the light orange. But that's poor. I just wanted painting. I mean, behind it looks like it's a bronze colour, or maybe it's orange. I can't tell because the dish is too big. But that is just clear orange plastic. I mean, there's some nice sections on here. Oh, that neck on this side's really out of line. In the wrong. Really wrong. It looks like it's about to fall out, that centre section on the saucer. I mean, okay, I'm picking faults with a company that sells these for £20, and they are nice, they are good. It's just a little bit of lacking on tiny amount of detail which I pick up on. I'm sure a normal collector, a kid, a teenager, if they were going to buy these sort of things, they wouldn't find any problem at all. This could go easily on the stand, on your desk, and play around as a kid would. I love this set as a kid. You know, like 10-year-old, I'd have been playing space battles with them. Absolutely amazing. But I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a collector. So it's kind of... I don't know. I can see the detail that they missed, and an opportunity, shall we say. They could have really done a lot more. And especially on this one, this is the grandfather of all the Enterprises. This is the original model that we would have seen on screen. There's a big gap alongside there, but you can't really tell that much on camera, or can you? Yeah, there it is. But they have to do these to a budget, and yeah, I'm just picking faults for no reason at all. I love the ship. I absolutely love the design, the flying saucer section, the tube, and then the straight lines. It's 3 straight lines, 3 tubes, and a flying saucer. That's all the Enterprise is, but it's such an iconic design. I mean, it's just look at all the angles that you see. It's so iconic from every single angle. And I can't even get that in focus. There we go. I've got my hand out of the way, then I've been quite good. Yeah, it's such an iconic ship. I mean, to be honest, if I could do better myself, then I should stop whinging about these. I mean, they do an excellent job, Eaglemoss. They really do. For the amount of models they've done so far, and the amount of things that are you would have never have seen. I mean, there was one a few weeks ago that it was a throwaway little scene of a ship blowing up, but it was there, and it was a recycled ship, but you'd have never seen it before. It's absolutely amazing on some of these. Well, yeah, there's a lot of detail work in this. I mean, maybe it's a case of I could buy another one and I could rechange this, repaint this to because it's more of a bronze colour more than a gold, and the deep red crimson colour for the nacelles, and do it myself. I can't do anything about the bridge unless I actually build something on top of there, and I'm not that good a model maker. I can construct and I can paint, but I can't really do that. But that's my only gripe with this. It's a big one, but it's fine. I mean, it's very top heavy, should we say. Size wise, it's the same size as the rest of the Enterprises. I just hope that it isn't just change the plastics a little bit and rehash it out. I will eventually, when these are all completed and finished, I'll do some compilations and we'll put this side by side with some other models and see. Well, let's just see, shall we? But it's very nice. It's not my favourite Enterprise for the time being, but it's kind of, yeah, it's nice enough. So anyway, with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you want to help out the channel, be a Patreon or donate something so I can do some tech stuff, or if you've got any toys that you've got that you don't want, get in touch, send them down. I can do some reviews. There's all sorts of bits and bats I'm doing lately anyway, so I'm not fully expanding the channel. It's just doing stuff that I like doing, like Star Trek. So thanks very much for watching. Get in touch, like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.